He and I were the best of friends from 6th grade on. I'm not going to talk about our golf experiences, but I will talk about some of the things we did when we were younger, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Okay, he passed on May 28th. He spent the last 2 years struggling, fighting a series of infections. He basically spent the last 2 years in bed, which is a tough thing to do. I know of no one that could have endured what Vic did in the latter part of his life. When Vic was at Kessel, by the way, Vic was, for those people who didn't know, he was paralyzed from the belly button on down, and he fell in the Jomac tobacco barn. When Vic was at the Kessler Institute down in New Jersey, he saw other people around him that were less off or bad off than he was. He vowed, and I was there when he said this, he vowed to me, I'm going to do everything I could possibly do, okay, to be as independent as possible. He got the van, he had the wheelchair, and that wheelchair was his driver's seat, okay? He operated the car by hands, he did daily chores, he walked his dog Patches, okay? He played golf in the Paragolfer here, and I used to play a lot with Vic here, okay? And he would go golfing with Mike Gripko during winter. His determination, perseverance, resilience, and resolution to make the best of his limited capabilities went far above and beyond reproach. Okay? He was soft-spoken. However, if you discuss a topic that he was felt strongly about, he knew how to express his opinion very emphatically. He had a good sense of humor, wasn't afraid to bust a few chops now and then. He was a person behind the scenes, okay, and he was always there for others, and particularly myself. The best example I could give you was on the Amherst Hurricane lacrosse team. We played Needham over here at UMass for the state championship. And by the way, Ron Lawyer made all the arrangements for that game for us. Okay, he was at the top of the hill, watching the whole game. I didn't even know about it until 6 years later. Okay. Vic and I used to play baseball for Charlie Abrahamson up here. And Charlie used to say, Briggsy, I wish you could hit a home run like Vic does. When Vic hits a home run, he can run the bases and make it home. You're the only guy I know who can stretch a home run into a double. If you read Vic's obituary in the Gazette, they talked about a lot of his childhood being lively with a lot of pranks. I have to admit, I was the instigator to do a lot of these sophomoric acts. A couple of examples was a road trip with Tony Moskowitz, where the three of us were trying to beat stud muffins going to Cape Cod. Vic had a radio, we had to change the station 7 or 8 times. When we got to Cape Cod, Tony was the stud, and Vic and I were doing all the muffing. Ringing the bell at the Amherst Congregational Church was probably the best one that we did. Okay, took a lot of logistics. We had to cut a wire off a tobacco field. Tony Moskowitz got on the belfry, hooked it up. Vic was on the balcony of the mezzanine. He fed it down to me. I fed it out the window. Wire went way out past the North Amherst post office. We rang it 12 to 15 times, took off, ran out to Vic's house, and Mrs. Zumbruski came out and asked if we heard it. Now that bell was the early warning signal for self-defense, to go to your cellar or go to your shelter if you had it. And we blamed it on the kids from the Hollow or Summer Street. As we got older, our roles reversed. Vic got me first into the Elks Club in Northampton. I got called bingo. Gentlemen, whatever you do, don't ever become a bingo caller. And the best thing he did for me was to get me into the Amherst Country Golf Club right here. Death, be not proud. You've taken our very best. Vic, rest in peace. You've been a true inspiration to all of us. Thank you.